Hey guys, it's Katie from Create Your Future, and today I have a success story for you on how someone went from totally insecure to totally confident and got everything they wanted and so much more because confidence is so key in manifesting. So I'm going to show you how I did that with her and how you can do that and have that right now. Okay, and as always, we'll do some intentions and inner conversations at the end. So be sure to stay tuned till the very end if you want to catch that. All right, so let's go into this story. So what happened was, and this is really common when I meet with a lot of clients, there's a lot of insecurity around manifesting in general because for most people, we aren't surrounded by others that totally understand this work. And once you get into it, I mean, you get into it. It is a lifestyle. It can become like an obsession. I know for me, it's like I literally revolve my life around manifesting because we're doing it anyway. It's like we might as well learn to master it. And such a big part of mastery, and knowing that mastery is always evolving, like there's always more to know, but it's building up that confidence. It's that confidence, knowing that I can do this. Like I came here to learn how to do this, right? Neville talks about how we all are here on earth to learn just how to image make, right? How to create images in our mind, how to think these thoughts, to create these inner conversations and see them manifest without, right? To create heaven on earth or whatever that means to you, your own personal paradise. And we do need to build a level of confidence. And confidence comes from a few things, right? It comes from learning, right? Obviously, from studying this material, studying Neville, studying whatever speaks to you. You know, having a coach obviously can be very helpful. You know, talking to like minded people, that all helps. And then putting the work to work. That's the biggest thing, is what I really require of my clients is like in between our sessions, it's like you got to be doing the work, right? It's up to you. I can't do it for you. I will intend all day long for you and I will hold you in the best light. But in your world, in your reality, you are the one that has to generate this. You're the only one in your world. You're the only thinker. You're the only one that can really create everything you want. You've been the only one the whole time. And when I say the only one, I like to acknowledge that there is a higher power, if you will, or your greater intelligence, your subconscious, right? Your heart's beating, the sun's going up and down, like all these things are happening, which is part of your subconscious. So you are very much attuned to this higher consciousness, which is what manifesting really is. We're constantly raising our awareness of consciousness, right? And that's the invitation, to constantly be being aware of your thoughts, being aware of what am I aware of right now? What do I want to be aware of? Is this in alignment with my desire? And this was the key to how I worked with this one client that came in and had very normal insecurities, right? I think a lot of us are raised with insecurities and they feel insecure, mind you, because that's your body just letting you know, your emotions telling you. It's like the thoughts you're thinking are so out of tune with your greater power, so it doesn't feel good. So it's not that it's true. And I think it's important right now, if you have insecurities, you don't have to identify with them, right? They're just states of being. And you can change your state of being to the version of you that is confident, that is secure. And I have some intentions at the end to help you do that. So she came up, was insecure, right? Wasn't sure if it was working, right? A big question is, am I doing this right? Is this really working? Am I really going to get what I want? Or am I crazy? That's another big question. Am I crazy? And so when we started working together, the biggest thing was her self concept, right? Knowing that, yes, you are the guide of your reality. Yes, you've been creating this whole time. Your thoughts are always creating, right? And whatever you're aware of being is what you're going to see, right? Life is nothing but a state of consciousness. And so if you're conscious of just being an insecure person, of being nervous, of not being able to do this, or always questioning and looking to the 3D for help, there's nothing wrong with looking for help, right? But know that you're also the one creating the help. I even tell my clients, it's like, you created me to help me meet with you, right? There's nothing out of your realm, nothing out of your jurisdiction, right? So that alone can start to build your confidence, right? Of like, okay, even though I've been unaware of it, I've created all this so far. I've even created a channel that can give me the information I need. So I must be pretty capable, because you are. You're limitless. I mean, you are God. You are, and Neville calls God the awareness of being. You can be any state that you want to be. You can be aware of anything, just as you've been aware of being separated from your SP, just as you've been aware of being anxious or nervous or insecure or not confident. You can be aware of being confident. You can be aware of being in love. You can be aware of having, the best husband, wife, girlfriend, partner, family, anything you want. Like if you have the urge, nothing is impossible for you. You can go ahead and have that state of awareness. And it comes through, right, persistence, through the inner conversations, through the mental diet. It comes through really just being aware of what you're currently aware of and changing it to what you want. It's dancing on a lot of levels, but you can do it. Right. So what we started working on together was we started focusing on these thoughts of insecurities and doubt, right, that were keeping her apart from her SP. They're these little sweet little thoughts, little parts of her that all we have to do is change them. It doesn't have to be a big deal, right? And through ways that you don't need to necessarily know how, everything that you soon will become aware of within will get pushed out. It always gets pushed out in miraculous ways, right? And so as we started working together, it really was this simple thought by thought exercise of, I don't know if I can do this. No, I intend I can do this. And then I like to bring in the inner SP and to have an inner conversation of hearing the inner SP be like, you can do this. You got this. Right? Or on the days where like we're spiraling, right? We would go into, no, I can do this. Thought by thought, I can do this. Thought by thought, in the now, I can change this. I can have anything I want. I am limitless. I'm victorious. Right? I'm courageous. I'm noble. I can do this. And again, we'd hear the inner SP just cheer her on, right? Like, you can do this. I love you. You're the one for me. Your desires are legit. Your desires are valid. And the more we focused on it, thought by thought, she started to really change her self-concept. And again, it's not that we're changing, it's just we're choosing the version of her that's always been confident. I want to remind you, like, there's a version of you that is a master manifester. There's a version of you that knows you're the god of your reality. There's a version of you that's already with your SP. There's a version of you that gets what you want so easily. There's a version of you that just like snap of the finger and it all comes to you. I mean, there are infinite versions of you and you get to choose the ones you want. There's so much power in that. And the biggest thing too, lots of big things here, is thought by thought, you want to really recognize your progress, right? Every day I'm feeling more courageous. Every day I'm feeling more confident. Every day I'm getting closer to what I want. Every day I'm learning more and more and more. And what will start to happen is more and more doubts come up, or fears or insecurities come up. And this is what happens with all my clients, but this client especially, as they came up, right? She saw it not as a challenge, but an opportunity. She really got to a place where she was the version of her with high self-esteem, right? Like, every challenge is not something to beat her down or go against her and life is hard. It's like, no, this is for me. This is for me to raise my consciousness. This is for me to have another success. Because with every intention, I am successful. Every time I want to be aware of something, I am successful in doing so. So we started this mental diet, this inner dialogue of just really intense and loving confidence. And knowing it's like, you're the supreme ruler of your world. There's nothing against you. You got this. And, it took a little bit of time. Right? And it's different for everyone. Everyone asked me, like, how long will it take? It depends how much you go into it. Right? And this client of mine went in all the way. She so badly wanted to finally be the confident version of herself, even though she hadn't been for years. And as soon as she really stuck with the mental diet and had her inner SP cheering her on through inner conversation, she really came completely transformed to our sessions. Like, I saw someone show up from completely insecure and questioning and not sure and full of doubts to someone that was just grounded and stable and just like energetically like solid. Like, she was really creating her own world. And you can see that and you'll start to feel it in this quest of manifesting, if you will. The more you really go into these inner conversations and choosing your narrative and choosing your dialogue, you don't react to the outside world, which is where a lot of us lose our power in the first place, but you start just vibrating your own energy of just like confidence and just knowing and calm and peace. And sometimes it goes for a little bit, but you can always come back because that's your truth. I really like to believe at our core, we're these beings of love, of confidence, of just like knowing. And it feels so peaceful. It feels so easy. And if you have those moments, and you can think back to those moments where I just felt like all is well with the world, like, that's who you really are. And you're just learning to maintain that. Okay. And so as she built up this confidence, along with that just came this knowing of like, my SP is mine. This desire has never been out of my reach. He's always been mine. It's always been like here for me. He's always been here for me. It becomes a knowing. And so through confidence, we get the feeling it real part. We get the knowing that it's ours. So I'm going to read something from Neville that speaks a little bit more to this. Okay. You are told, he who lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, that gives to all liberally, and upbraideth not, and it shall be given unto him. But let him ask, not doubting, for he who doubts is a wave of the sea that is tossed and battered by the winds. And let not such a one think that he shall receive anything from the Lord. I'm sorry, I've got notes all over these pages. It makes it hard to read. And let not such a one think he shall receive anything from the Lord. You can see why this statement is made, for only upon the rock of faith can anything be established. If you have not the consciousness of the thing you have, not the cause or foundation upon which thing is erected. So, in really simple terms, you have to completely enter into the consciousness where what you want is already yours, right? That's the only way to achieve it, right? And once that knowing that it's yours is dominant and you're confident in it and you have that inner knowing, it's pushed without. And at that point, you do not question it. And that's why I really, and what I did with this client here was my biggest urge for her was just to persist, to trust that with repetition, she's going to become confident. With the inner conversations, she's going to know that her SP is hers. It is done. It's always been done. And sure enough, she showed up with just that knowing of like, there's no more questions. Like, I've got no more questions for you, Gabi. And that's the best for me as a coach, right? Because that's what I know. It's like you've gone into your own power and you've decided, because I can tell you all day long, and even though I love to do that, it is up to you to really claim your own manifestation, to claim, right, what it is that you want to create in this world. And so that's really what today's video is about, is that like there is a version of you that knows it's done, that knows that like you know it's all yours and it's always been yours, and that you're the only power, that you're the supreme, that you've got this. And so that's what I'm hoping, right, and intending you'll start to feel. And as you exercise this work of the mental diet, of the inner conversation, it'll become more and more real for you, right? It's what we're all here to do. So let's do some intentions with a little bit of inner conversation to help just layer on that, okay? All right. So I intend to be confident in my awareness of being the God that I am, that as I become one with my desire, it comes to me. So I'm going to hear my SP be like, I'm yours. I've always been yours. Just be conscious of me and it is done. Nothing can stop this. All right, I intend to stay loyal to the version of me that easily draws in my dreams. So I'm going to hear my SP right from the end just be like, you just get everything you want. You are amazing at this. It's amazing to watch you work your magic. Okay, I intend to easily lift up into the consciousness where everything I want is already mine. And I'll hear my SP be like, I've always been yours. I will always be yours. Like, everything is yours. This world is yours. There's nothing you can't do or have because it's all yours. It's all yours. I intend to claim rather than beg. So I'll hear my SP say, like, you don't have to beg for me. You don't have to ask for me. Like, I've always been yours and I will always be yours. It is done. I intend to confirm rather than question. So I might hear my SP say, I love watching how you just say something and it comes into being. I love how confident you are and secure that you are in our relationship. There's so much ease and peace because of that. I intend to be strong in my faith that I am the God or goddess of my reality and anything is possible to me. So with this one, I might actually hear like my version of me that is the God of my reality or the goddess of my reality be like, yeah, we got this. This is so easy. Like, we are the only power. There's nothing against us. We are limitless. I intend to be conscious of being loved, valued, worshipped, and adored. So I'm going to hear my inner SP be like, I love you. I worship you. You glow. You're amazing. I love everything about you. I intend to be conscious that what I see is alive in me only. So this is a great one to hear yourself. Just remind yourself throughout the day. It's like everything out here I've created, right? And that means I can create anything. Anything I'm creating within will be pushed out, is being pushed out. I intend to raise my consciousness to the level of my desire, to my higher self, and to my union with my SP. And then I might hear my SP be like, I'm so happy that you finally came into this world of love that's been waiting for you. I'm so happy that you're just claiming it, and so you can have it all the time. I intend to draw unto me all my desires with my inner conversations and intentions. So again, this is where I'm going to hear my future self, if you will. Just be like, I can't believe I've done it. I can't believe I've really created a world through intentions and inner conversations where I get everything I want. I'm so happy I'm the version of me now where I know this works, where I'm totally confident in it. Okay, so those are my intentions for you and some inner conversations, and I intend that you all feel so much confidence and knowing and just like the supreme bliss that like this is all yours for the taking. All you have to do is be aware of that consciousness, and through ways that we don't have to know, it will come into being. All right, so be sure to subscribe, like, or comment. If you have questions, you can send it to the Patreon. If you want to do a session with me, I do have spots open for one-on-one. All right, sending love to you all. Bye, guys.